Hello, my name is Lu Corfield and I'm probably best known for playing Freya Wilson in the BBC soap opera Doctors.
My name is Nigel Owens and I'm an international rugby referee.
I was a welfare advisor for many years with the Ministry of Defence. Played a lot of sport in my time.
I'm Tom, I'm a graphic designer and I'm Polish.
My name is Anne-Marie Lewis-Thomas and I'm a musical theatre composer and lyricist. I'm also the founder of the MTA, an award-winning drama college up in London.
First of all, I'm a son and a brother. I'm quite a spiritual person. I love to do things like meditation and complementary therapies. I'm a reflexologist.
Different people know me for different things. Some people I'm a mate, some people I'm a mum, and other people I'm a Macmillan speech therapist.
Radyr from New York. My name is Matthew Cotter. I'm originally from South Wales and I now live here in Manhattan, where I work for a pharmaceutical company as a member of a medical team developing a cancer drug for breast cancer.
I live with my partner and my dog and my 2 cats.
I'm Girl Alex. I'm a cognitive behavioural psychotherapist. I'm a photographer. I'm an artist. I'm an activist. I'm a trans woman. And I'm a trans woman with a beard.
Hello, I'm Monica. I'm a project manager. I work for a charity in Cardiff, and I'm also a gender equality activist.
I first got bitten by the acting bug when I was growing up in Wales, and I went to an amazing youth theatre there called Montgomeryshire Youth Theatre and met a woman called Ginny Graham, who was the youth theatre director. And Gin showed me theatre. She showed me the world of acting, what it was like to be part of a company, what it was like to put on a show. And I fell in love with it. And I changed career paths. I was meant to be going off to university to study English. And instead I took 2 years out. I started my own theatre company. I got the backing of Amnesty International. And then I moved to London and I trained for 3 years at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art at Radyr. And I'm still here.
By refereeing some age groups games when I was still a pupil in my Sefyllfa school in the Gwynedd Valley in West Wales, and just by pure chance really, just started refereeing those games and enjoyed it, and then it just went on from there really.
As I went through school, I really enjoyed the sciences, particularly biology, and then I was fortunate enough to get in touch with the local doctor in my village who offered to tutor me through my A-levels, and that really switched the light on for me about my passion for biology.
Mostly by chance. Opportunities came my way, I took them.
Well, I was always passionate about social justice.
When I was a child really, because I was always quite, you can say, artistic.
I became involved in reflexology was because my mother had breast cancer and she first introduced me to Reiki, which I then went and did a course.
I wanted to make a difference in people's lives and I wanted to do something that was rewarding. It wasn't just money.
I think the most important thing regarding life achievements is that when you look back that you have no regrets, I think. And refereeing started for me just by pure chance, and I think the most important thing for anybody is you get opportunities in your life sometimes when you least expect them, and I think the most important thing to do is when you get those opportunities that you grasp them and give it your best shot, because it's much better to look back in your life in 30, 40, 50 years time and be able to say that you had the opportunity, you gave it to your best, but just wasn't quite good enough.
Now, it's very easy for me to define that. It would be on how happy you are in your life, and everything else is secondary.
I think I refereed in the World Cup in 2007 and I refereed in the World Cup in 2011, and hopefully if all is well and I'm fit and well, I'll referee in the World Cup in 2015 in about 14 months time.
Still being here. There was a point in my teens when I stood on a windowsill and I looked at the tarmac below and I thought, if I jump, will I definitely be dead? And being kind of good at science and good at physics, I was actually smart enough to work out, actually, I would almost certainly end up just badly injured. So I stepped back from the sill, and I'm glad I did, because back then I could never have known all of the things that I was capable of, all of the potential that I had.
Love what you do.
Listen, you've only got to live with your own conscience. At the end of the day, you kind of go to bed with your own thoughts. So going to sleep happy is really, really important.
Everybody has a different talent in whatever career they choose, or hobby, or whatever sporting arena they choose to take part or they enjoy. And I think that's the important thing, that you've given it your best. And once you've given it your best, then nobody can point the finger at you, and more importantly than all, you can't point the finger at yourself.
I think for me it's about looking who you are and what you have to offer to the world, and it's about making the world fit around you and not the other way around.
Not lying to yourself and being able to be yourself, the person within you, to your friends, family and the wider population.
17.
When I was 21.
19.
30, 31, 32.
17.
About 21.
Lovely young age of 21.
I came out when I was 19. I was actually outed by somebody that I knew who's pretty close to me, and I confided in the way that I was feeling at that time. And that was, a real tough time and a shock to me. But fortunately, and really, this really is a blessing, my family was fantastic, right? I didn't know how they were going to react. They were great.
I'm a lot more honest, and I can have conversations with my mum about being with my partner.
But I can be more myself. I have more friends, I have better quality of friendship.
I've enjoyed myself, I've had a lot of opportunities, and I've done it in the knowledge that it's what I wanted to do, rather than lie and hide myself away from people.
It has given me a freedom and a confidence to meet new people, and I've met some wonderful people.
Relationships with my family. I can be now more open with them.
I didn't come out to my dad because he was a homophobe, an 8-year-old homophobe, and all of a sudden he had to contend with the fact that his daughter was gay, and then his daughter was getting married, and then his daughter was going to have a child. So there was quite a lot for him to get his head around. However, what he's done is he's got his head around it. He thinks that my wife is the daughter he never had. In fact, he prefers her to me. And when our adopted son turned up, he's besotted with him. So do not say that a leopard can't change its spots.
It's difficult to start with because from a small town, small village, no one really liked the gay thing, or even mentioned the word gay at that time.
Little bit more challenging now. The kids are getting a bit older. They're 5-year-old twins, and they frequently out me perhaps to strangers, random strangers on the street that perhaps I wouldn't normally out myself to so quickly. So that's quite funny, but it's no big deal.
I don't really see myself as a role model, I'm just out there doing it, and if that inspires somebody or shows somebody, what's possible, then I've served a greater good. So I guess at that level maybe I'm a possibility model.
Because of my age, when I was younger, the challenge of any LGBT role model was to fight for equality. Equality for the LGBT community. As I've got older, we're half the way there, but I think there's still some way to go.
To me, coming out in the macho world of rugby was a huge worry, because I didn't know that after coming out I was going to be able to carry on with my refereeing as a professional referee. And it's a very, very sad state of affairs when you think about it, that somebody has to make the decision between being who they are and being able to participate in their chosen sport, and that is a decision that nobody should have to do. But unfortunately there are still times when people still have to do that.
Traveling and meeting people from other countries.
Friends and family back home.
Other than my family, obviously, and my friends, there's a Michael Jackson element that's always been there for me.
I definitely think that music has the power to inspire change in people and societies.
Everybody has got a song or a group or a singer who they look to and think, wow, you know, what you've done, you've changed my life. For me, Tom Robinson singing Sing If You're Glad to Be Gay when I was young, fantastic.
Like many other art forms, people can personalise it. People can see something or that strikes a chord with them, or read a line of poetry, or hear, you know, a line of music, and it means something to them. They can personalize it. So I think what is unique though about music is how quickly that it can spread, right, and how infectious that it can be.
Music is the gift that we all speak, and I think, and this is probably quite racist, I think being Welsh, we speak it better than most other people.
Many stages of my life, but particularly as a teenager, I think most teenagers get completely lost in the lyrics and really speak to the hearts of young people. But yeah, one big anthem can have a huge influence.
I wish that young people could learn to love their own uniqueness in the way they do the styles that inspire them.
Be true to yourself and try and achieve the best that you can, even if you fluff up along the way.
Yeah, just don't be afraid to make an idiot of yourself.
Remember that everybody's different and that should be celebrated. It shouldn't be something that we fear.
I know you probably face a lot of decisions ahead, life decisions, important decisions. If you believe in it and you see that there's something good in it, it's okay to be scared, do it anyway.
For me, the clue is in the title. Proud. Pride. Be proud of who you are and what you're trying to create. Never, ever apologise for your individuality.
No matter who you are or wherever you're from, the colour of your skin, your sexuality, your religions, your beliefs, no matter who you are, just remember that we're all different in some way. But no matter how different we are, there should be a place for each and every one of us in our schools, in our society, and in sport, and in whatever field that you choose.
Well, I hope you make the most out of this wonderful opportunity and that you really enjoy it, and that it takes you somewhere you haven't been before.